Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Inside KISD, student-produced news. I'm Michaela Sims.
And I'm Ricky Brown. Thanks for joining us.
On this week's episode, we'll meet Mr. Abudu, a teacher here at KCC, and hit the hallways with an optical illusion.
We'll also hear about Miley's top 5 fall movies and meet Riker, KCC radio student all this summer on Inside KISD.
Commemorated the 23rd anniversary of September 11th with its 18th annual Freedom Walk on Wednesday. The event honored the 2,977 lives lost and celebrated the bravery of first responders and service members. Community leaders, KSD officials, and U.S. Army members from Fort Cavazos joined students in a moving ceremony. Colonel Lakeisha Stokes spoke on the unity shown on 9/11, while Superintendent Jo Ann Fay urged students to remember the day's significance. The event concluded with a procession to Leo Buckley Stadium where the fallen heroes' names were read, bell tolls rang, and taps were played, bringing the emotional day to a close. For many, including NYPD officer Jose Soto, the memory of 9/11 remains vivid, but such events aid in community healing.
Students in digital audio technology class gets hands-on experience working in the radio industry. Student journalist Shelby Castillo sat with the radio student Riker Miller to hear about what they do in their radio class.
Hi, I'm Riker Miller. I'm a PM Career Center student and I'm in radio broadcasting too. To be honest, my favorite part of radio is just being in the booth recording. Especially when you have a partner, it really is just like a lot more fun than you think it would to be recording something, and you have just so many funny moments and it just feels so real to really be talking to someone rather than when you're recording alone, just going off of a script. I think one of the things that I am struggling a lot with this year is just getting back into the flow of, talking and being able to script things efficiently and just getting in that nice workflow after 2 or 3 months off. In Radio 1, you spend the whole first half of the year basically just learning about the history of radio and watching PowerPoints and getting to know your software. And going into Radio 2, it's all just, okay, you know everything, we don't have to teach you nothing. Now you're going to be really producing. You are getting in the studio, you are scripting, you are writing episodes of podcasts and live commentaries and everything in between, and you are just doing it. You are really producing. The most fun part of last year in radio for me was, without a doubt, Skills USA. I was honestly shocked that I even made it in because I was somewhat proud of my editing skills when I came into this class, and then Mr. Garrett was like, hey, there's a team of people that are like really good at this radio stuff and we're gonna take them to a competition. Would you like to do that? Because I've noticed you're really good at this. And I was like, oh, sure. We made our audio for the district level competition and Mr. Garrett said it was the best piece of audio he's ever heard in radio. And that compliment was enough to make me want to keep going. So we went to state, and I could talk about it forever, but that state trip, it was just some of the most fun I've had maybe in my entire life. I know this year is going to be a lot more difficult than last year just in the nature of it being the next level of radio technology, but I'm excited for it and I'm ready for it.
Nolan Middle School's open house was full of excitement as the cheer team, mascot, and band welcomed families for a night of fun and engagement. Clean ISD Middle Schools opened their doors on Wednesday, allowing parents to meet their teachers and explore the school midway through the semester. At Nolan, families participated in games like bowling and Sudoku, while a pep rally introduced fall sports teams and featured performances from the band, choir, and dance team. The event included outdoor activities, local vendors, and a strong turnout from the community, combining school pride with a fun, relaxed atmosphere.
As the weather starts to cool, hoodies become part of your everyday, and we all start to cozy in on the couch. What movies do you watch? Student journalist Miley brings us her binge-worthy top 5 fall films.
Fall is the perfect time for getting cozy and watching some movies. These are my top 5 fall movies. Coming in at number 5 is Mystic Pizza. We follow 3 sisters who work at the same pizza place. As their love lives start to fall apart, they have to lean on each other to figure out their difficult situations they've gotten themselves in. I put this at number 5 because I love how the sisters interact and how realistic their problems feel. If you're interested in watching a dramatic comedy this fall, then this movie is for you. Coming in at number 4 is Fantastic Mr. Fox. We follow a family of foxes as the father fox starts to steal from 3 big companies in the area until all 3 CEOs come after the fox family and other animals in the area. I put this at number 4 because I enjoyed the stop motion that's in the movie, and I feel like this fun and strange movie is something the whole family can enjoy. Coming in at number 3 is Little Women, 2019 version. We follow 4 sisters as they navigate the struggles they face when growing up in the 1860s. I put this at number 3 because I feel the sisters' interactions are very accurate and I enjoyed the journey each sister takes in their life. Coming in at number 2 is When Harry Met Sally. We follow Harry and Sally throughout their lives as they meet time and time again and eventually fall in love. I put this at number 2 because I think this is one of the best romantic comedies, and the conversations that Harry and Sally have about relationships are still very relevant today. Coming in at number 1 is Dead Poets Society. We follow a group of boys as they go through their junior year at a private high school. During the school year, they learn the beauty and their love of poetry through John Keaton, their new English teacher.
Go on. Rip it out. Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Gentlemen, tell you what, not just tear out that page, tear out the entire introduction. I want it gone. History. Leave nothing of it. Rip it out. Rip! Be gone, J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D. Rip! Shred, tear, rip it out! I want to hear nothing but ripping of Mr. Pritchard. We'll perforate it, put it on a roll.
I put this at number 1 because I love the characters and the overall meaning of the movie, and I believe this movie has stood the test of time. These are my favorite fall movies. Tell your favorite fall movies in the comments below.
Hi, my name is Ricky Brown, and today I'll be asking people what they see in a picture, a rabbit or a duck.
I see a duck.
I see a duck.
I see a duck.
A duck.
I see a duck.
Duck.
I see a rabbit.
A duck.
What do you see now?
A duck. I mean, I see where you see like the rabbit. I still see a duck though.
I see a duck.
What do you see now?
A duck.
A duck.
What do you see now?
A rabbit.
A duck.
What do you see now?
A rabbit.
A rabbit duck.
Color, movement, and music come together for a night of incredible spirit at Killeen ISD presents the 46th Annual Spirit Spectacular. On Saturday, September 21st at 7 p.m., Leo Buckley Stadium will host 5 high school bands and 12 middle school bands for a breathtaking performance across the field. This year's showcase will feature the Chaparral, Ellison, Harker Heights, Shoemaker, and Killeen High School bands, alongside color guards, dance teams, and even choral performers. The night will conclude with a grand finale combining over 1,000 students from all participating bands. Tickets are $10 and proceeds will benefit the band boosters. You can purchase yours at spiritspectaculartickets.com. Don't miss out on this incredible showcase of talent. And now over to Ellie L in the IKSD Sports.
Thank you, Michaela. I'm Elio, and this is your IKSD Sports Room Update. Last Friday, the Killeen Kangaroos embarked on their annual crosstown rivalry against the Ellison Eagles, and let's just say, it's one for the books. Killeen's High School started off the pep rally with a big pep rally, gathering all the KHS students and hyping them up for the game. With dances from cheer and dance teams, coach and student speeches, and a little obstacle course with Kanga and Eagle. Now let's get to the game. Ellison started out with the ball with 2 drives and secured the touchdown against the Roos for a 7-0 lead. Throughout the game, the Eagles took shots at the Kangaroos, but right after, the Kangaroos put up the fight with a constant back and forth touchdowns for each team, with Ellison player Travaris Turner-Smith scored not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns, and Killeen player Timothy Boatner hopped and pushed his way through the Ellison defense, while Talon Nichols found his way outside the crowd to be open for his quarterback Tavares Miles. The Ellison Eagles fought back through the game with defensive plays to stop the Kangaroos from scoring, and caused a lot of fumbles and incomplete passes. But the crosstown rivalry all came down to the last 7 minutes. The crowd and cheerleaders were pumped. The coaches, determined to win, ready to fight to the end. The rivalry championship was on the line, given to them by none other than the U.S. Marine Corps for being one of the biggest and most popular rivalry in Texas. The Eagles took the 2-score lead when player Darrell Caney Jr. took it to the house for a 72-yard touchdown. But the Kangaroos did not let that stop them, as Talon Nichols took it back to their house for an 80-yard touchdown, which got the team a little too rowdy, and they crossed the sideline and caused a touchdown to be taken back to where he caught it and no score. That didn't stop Talon, as he went for a 37-yard catch to bring them back to good field position. Timothy Bortner then scored to bring it back to a 1-score lead for the Eagles. With only 30 seconds to go, they took the onside kick and ended the game with a 59-51 win. Great job, and back to you guys.
Skipjack Elementary celebrated Grandparents' Day early with a special reading event. With this official day on Sunday, the school invited grandparents to read to students throughout the week. The event saw 10 grandparents join in person and 2 from Ohio via video. Counselor Sarah Rice noted the emotional and joyful moments shared. Susan McCloy, visiting from Iowa, was thrilled to participate, and kindergarten teacher Emily Pillow emphasized the positive impact of intergenerational connections. The event successfully combined honoring grandparents with promoting family involvement and love for reading.
Teachers are the backbone of KISD, and great teachers make us even stronger. Student journalist Shelby Castillo sat with math teacher Mr. Abudu to hear about his journey as a teacher.
I'm Mr. Abudu. I'm originally from Nigeria, and I teach here at the Career Center. I lived in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria, so education was a priority and still is priority. I had to give my very best, but the only subject I struggled with was math. Isn't that surprising? But now I teach math. I had to do all the extra work, and I played sport. I played soccer, I did tracks, I did boxing. Those were no excuses, and I still had house chores. So I still had to take care of my academics, and I still had to take care of sports. It was very interesting. I didn't see it as a difficult thing to accomplish. I just saw it as what I had to do as a child. Most difficulty I would say I faced was that of people trying to judge me. And I know everybody is not like that, but you have a few bad ones that will judge you based on your accents, because that gives it away that I'm not originally American. The moment I speak, then people know I'm different from the regular African American. And that was one of the things I had to deal with. So I've had to prove myself over and over again. For people not to judge me by the color of my skin or by the way I speak, but to judge me by my intelligence. But it really doesn't bother me. It just makes me give my very best all the time. So, hey, I tell them you're more than welcome. So I just live my life. I be myself. I've always taught all my life. I've always enjoyed teaching. I did tutoring for my colleagues while I was in school. Anything I understood more than them, I would tutor the whole class and things like that. As an international student, I had the opportunity to work for 1 year. It's called optional practical training. So I decided to work with a prison. Never knew children went to prison until I got to the United States. So I told myself, what can I do differently? How can I contribute, in this country to stop the trend of having to send children to prison? And I felt if I can just meet those kids in high school, maybe I might be able to help them. Maybe I might be able to change their life. Maybe if I was a teacher, maybe I would have been able to make that difference.
Thank you for watching Inside KISD, student-produced television. For Ricky, our crew backstage, and all of us here at the Career Center, I'm Michaela. We'll see you next time on Inside KISD.
Our vision is to empower students to be knowledgeable, confident in their skills, prepared, and competitive as they transition into post-secondary education and career opportunities as productive members of society. The KISD Career Center. Dream big. Work hard.